Hi lovelies, welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda's channel. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for all the love and support. To those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Alright, lovelies, let's dive into this video. So, lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok, and I thought to share with you guys because this is just actually getting interesting. Where this Ukrainian woman, decided to come for a sister that asked a question. Like, this person has been trending all over, TikTok. This sister, who happens to be a black woman, asked what it means to be, black and white. So this, Ukrainian woman decided to stitch her video and was bashing the sister, and another Ukraine lady decided to come for her, setting her in her place, and I was able to put up the stage. I'm just gonna roll the clip as well as some of the stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. Alright, lovelies, let's dive into it.
White people. Hi, white person here. Now imagine if white people started their videos with black people. That's ugly.
Question.
What's your question?
What does it feel like to be white?
What does it feel like to be white?
Especially if you're white in America.
White in America, that changes the whole thing because white in America is not always that great. This is coming from an immigrant. Before moving to the United States, color of the skin was never the topic of any conversation. Nobody cared. But then I moved to the United States and suddenly my skin color became important. Why?
There's truly only a few things funnier than white immigrants acting like intentionally dense about race relations in the US. Because not only do you look and sound stupid as fuck, but you're also definitely not going to be rewarded for acting and sounding that stupid. So let's talk, my dорогая. To be fair, I think she's Dutch or something, but she has a very Russian sounding accent. And let's start with that. Just so you know, and just so that you're aware, a lot of the white people in America, like the real white people in America, like the Midwestern woman named Becky or Sally, she doesn't think you're white, by the way. She doesn't think you're white. She doesn't think you're an American. So you should probably quit fucking acting like one. And you should probably quit licking their fucking boots because it's embarrassing. None of these people actually accept you as their own. As a white immigrant who's lived here, trust me, you may not be cued into that social dynamic, but trust me when I say it's there. Even though I'm white American passing, my mom is white American passing, I don't even have typically very Slavic features. But when people find out that I'm from Ukraine or that my mom's from Ukraine, they start talking to us slow. You'll notice, they just treat you a little bit differently. So first of all, you equating yourself with these white people and standing them like that is not going to gain you any white points. Do you know what I mean? You're not part of the point system. You're not part of the reward system. You don't have a rewards card that they swipe for you every time you say racist shit. Because at the end of the day, as soon as they have excuse or reason to, these same people that are standing you in the comments right now because you said something that they agree with, at the end of the day, as soon as they have even the smallest reason to, they will discriminate against you as well. And they'll talk shit about you as well. And they'll make fun of your accent, and they'll say that you're not as smart as them, and they'll say that you don't really belong here, and they'll tell you to go back to your own country too. Trust me when I say that. It'll get even worse if you actually surpass them or your children surpass their children in some sort of academia or some kind of a sport. They will definitely start treating you funny, and they'll definitely start telling you to pack up your shit and go back to your country. So that's the first thing you need to understand. You're not safe here by your proximity to whiteness. You're only safe until a certain point. From there, all bets are off. Trust me, I've been there. American white women especially do not consider you one of their own. So you can really stop cosplaying as that. At the end of the day, you're very often going to find out that white American women, even though you're also white, blonde, even an American passing, they still oftentimes see you as their little pet, the little pet of their friend group. You're the funny one. You're the one with the funny customs. Always gonna be wait, how do you say this? And then you'll tell them and they'll butcher it and they'll all laugh about it. Yeah, just realize that you're that to them. First and foremost, realize that the buck doesn't stop with you here in this country. It stops with Midwestern white boomer women named Susan. They're gonna tell you who you are in this country, and you will take your place. Because that's how it works here. And now that we've got that out of the way, let's clear up some of your delusions about how hard it is to be white in this country. But first, tell me, why do you think that there was no talk of skin color back in the country that you came from? Let's you and I put our heads together and think really quick for a second. Why do you think skin color never came up? Did you happen to come from a racially homogenous country where pretty much everyone was white, and so then skin color never came up? Oh, that's not making the point that you fucking think you're making. Of course skin color is never gonna come up. Y'all are all white. I could say the same thing about my upbringing, but I don't frame it in the same way that you do. If anything, it should have made it more obvious about how weird race relations are here in America. How weird it is that we have to talk about it still, even though it's been technically hundreds of years since slavery was abolished. Why is it such a big deal? Why is skin color such a big deal? Let me tell you. Actually, not me. Race is the child of racism, not the father. And the process of naming the people has never been a matter of genealogy so much as one of hierarchy. Difference in hue and hair is old, but the belief in the preeminence of hue and hair, the notion that these factors can correctly organize a society, and that they signify deeper attributes, which are indelible, this is the new idea at the heart of these new people, who have been brought up hopelessly, tragically, deceitfully, to believe that they are white. These new people are like us, a modern invention, but unlike us, their new name has no real meaning, divorced from the machinery of criminal power. The new people were something else before they were white. Catholic, Corsican, Welsh, Mennonite, Jewish, and if all of our national hopes have any fulfillment, then they will have to be something else again. Perhaps they will truly become American and create a nobler basis for their myths. As for now, it must be said that the process of washing the disparate tribes white, the elevation of the belief in being white, was not achieved through wine tasting and ice cream socials, but rather through the pillaging of life, liberty, labor, and land, through the flaying of backs, the chaining of limbs, the straining of dissidents, the destruction of families, the rape of mothers, the sale of children, and other various acts meant, first and foremost, to deny you and me the right to secure and govern our own bodies. So you need to understand that before you came to America and you were considered white, you lived in another country where you were considered Dutch or German or Ukrainian. You would never have called yourself white in that country. The term white and the fact that you accept it as in reference to yourself was given to you by the country of America. It was given to you by racism, the racism that exists here. That's why people address you as white people. And the reason that you wouldn't feel comfortable starting your video with black people is because of the inherent power dynamic that you clearly recognize. You clearly recognize that it would not be okay for you to say, but I wonder if you recognize if it's because you would be inherently punching down when you're making observations about black people because you don't have their lived experience and they are trying to tell you something.
Here's another example. My children didn't get into the school that they wanted and we wanted for them because they're white. This is what happened. The school is trying to fill a diversity quota, and my children, who by the way, born in one country, have passports of 2 other countries, speak 3 languages fluently, did not meet the diversity quota. And guess what? The skin color, they're white. Perfectly diverse children. Didn't get it.
I bet you don't know who the fuck this is. Speaking of children not being allowed into schools because of a diversity quota. Diversity quota, you realize, used to be 0. It used to be a hard fucking 0 in this country. Now, listen to me really fucking carefully here, okay? This child is an American. Not a naturalized citizen like you and me. This child is a pure-blooded, 100% American. This is a black American child. And this is the first black American child that was allowed to attend an all-white American school. She is still alive today. She's alive today. This happened in 1960. This shit happened in 1960. And this was the response of her fellow Americans. And this is why people talk about white people and black people in this country. Because fellow Americans don't fucking exist in this country. You realize the reason we make that distinction is because of white people, not because of black people. It's because of white people. And you're over here acting put out because your kids didn't get accepted into some fancy pants private school that was probably forced into having that diversity quota because you realize otherwise they would have looked like this. Because if they could, this is what they would be doing. If they could, they would just have a 100% white school. So you realize the diversity quota exists because of this. It doesn't exist because of black people. It doesn't exist because black people rose to power and started taking away opportunities from white Americans. The diversity quota is the bare minimum. It's like the minimum wage. If they could pay you less, they would. If they could have less of a diversity quota, they would. And you know what else? They probably would still take a white American, born into wealth, lives in the right zip code, kind of a white American child, than your child who has 5 different passports and speaks 3 different languages and was born in 7 different countries, okay? Because they're gonna see your last name and they're gonna be like, that's an immigrant. And we don't want their kind here. Believe me that even if that spot was really open, they'd still pick somebody else. Because you're not one of these. They don't even accept other white people as their own, okay? Like, ask the Irish, ask the Italians, ask those guys. There's no pot of gold for you at the end of this fucking rainbow, I promise you. You look and sound like a fucking idiot. I hope this helps to explain why there's white people and black people in America. I hope you realize also that you don't really belong to the white group as much as you think. You only belong to that group insofar as you benefit them. This kind of shit. Do without what you want.
Like, seriously, though, this when I saw this clip on my For You, I was just smiling all through the video. So this, your black lady decided to ask a question which actually trended about sometime last week. She, took to her page to ask white people what it means to be white, especially in America. And she previously asked this question, channeling to both black, Hispanic, and all of that. And it was turned for, pan-colored people. And pan-colored people were actually, stitching her video, which I shared most of the stitches on my platform. You can just check it out. On most of my video, I, reacted and I stitched the videos of, pan-colored people reacting and responding to the question. So all of a sudden, this, immigrant pan-colored woman who happens to be, I think she's Russian as well. So she took to her platform to actually, come for this lady, mimicking her and, trying to like drag her on why would she actually ask a question? Why is it that everything is all about white and black and all of that? That she is an immigrant and that immigrated to, the US and all of that. And as an immigrant, that she never knew something about white and black and all of it until where she gets to, all of the explanation she gave until she came to America. Now she's now, seeing everyone talking about black and white and all of that. Then she also went ahead to, mentioned so many things that as if she's selling herself out, like she actually wants these pan-colored people to come to her aid, support her, push her. Oh my god, yeah, you are actually saying it the way it is, because a lot of these pan-colored women actually went for the first black lady that asked this previous question. Some of them have to go to the extent of going to her her Instagram because she actually off her comment section. I was like, this is just a simple question that warrant just a simple answer, like so that everybody, just for educational purposes. But a lot of these pan-colored people were not taking it so seriously. Not upon when this woman decided that she was going to keep it upon herself to actually do what she know how to do best. And the most entertaining one is that her fellow Russian woman, I think, or Ukrainian woman, decided to now stitch her video, trying to like you are trying to sell out, like you want to sell yourself that, okay, since I am pan-colored, when I say stuff like this, these pan-colored people will still be on my side and all of that. These people, when they feel that they are automatically the way they are, they feel they are privileged. She's not the first person that does it. Even some Hispanic people, that is white person and all of that, often do stuff like this. There's a video about a Hispanic woman that was actually coming for black women using the mankiru wherever, and kicking them and trying to tell them to go back to Africa and all of that. And now this lady have to put her in her place. Like, I like it when people decide to behave like this. It will not take someone like them, their own, to put them in their place. Like, seriously, you are trying to prove a point without even knowing that you are in the verge of discrimination. Like, these people can also discriminate against you. Like, seriously. You are also not left out. You might have a privilege, more than someone that is black, but that doesn't mean that you are totally 100%. Like, seriously, these people can never learn. You cannot learn. I don't understand why people like this will just keep on coming out here to just show their When I saw her video at first, I staged it. I did not even know that this my favorite, Russian woman have to put her in her place where she belongs. People that that you are not also their favorite. they have to choose their own thousands and million times before you. So why all of this? Why all of black people like this? Like serious, as if you don't know what is happening in the society. As if you don't know what is happening. Just look at what happened that everyone is, grieving. Look at Sonia. Look at it. This is what we are talking about. Look at how they just treated this woman as if they can do the same thing, as if the cop that did that to Sonia can actually do that to a pan-colored woman. This is what we are talking about. This is it. This woman, Sonia, was just home. She felt that there was an intruder. She decided to call a helping hand, which she was told to call with the society. You can call 911 to come help you and all of that. But the person that she called was actually the devil. Or because she said, I rebuke you, then this man have to enlarge the evil in him. This is the same thing we are talking about. This is the same white and black we are talking about. They treat you differently, or because you have a certain skin color. Anyway, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational and informative purposes, so please subscribe to this channel, turn on notification, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next
What
one.
up to this extent, thank you so much for all the love and support. Why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational purposes. So please share this video, subscribe to this channel if you're yet to do that, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.